Hello,
Exciting.
everybody, and welcome to A Sketchy Situation Part 2, the long-awaited sequel to the absolute bullshit that was April last year. Dear God. I love every single one of you. I also hate every single one of you for what you pulled off. Not as bad as the pigeon carriage, I will say that, but
Nothing
getting
will ever
close.
be as bad as the pigeon carriage.
We didn't attempt to stab the pigeon.
Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
when you think about it, is a
That was
massive.
one person. One person did the stabbing.
Yeah, and then Doc made it worse.
Not
But she was trying.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. There was no, he was fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to my introduction.
Sorry.
I can't remember if I introduced myself or not, so I'm gonna do it again. Hi, I'm Kai, I'm the DM. Would our four wonderful players like to introduce themselves and their characters? Mod, you're right at the top.
I was a bit confused because Kraken is actually before me. Kraken, my dude. I think
Kraken,
I'm
you're not
muted.
muted.
Oh no! There you go.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
Very
just
confused for a
bewildered for a
second
second. I
there.
was like, "Are you a surprise guest?" I don't know. I wasn't briefed on this. Anyway, okay. Shout out to Kraken for doing amazing transcripts. By the way, they
We
are
do love
Absolutely.
Kraken. We
Bless
do
you,
love
Kraken,
Kraken,
for
real.
the sketchy situation transcript last time. It was a massive help when I was going through and planning this session.
I'm still very fond of audibly chewing glass.
Yeah, that was a good one. Anyway, hi, I'm Modmad. I am a complete disaster this week, but hopefully my boy Alibi won't be so much. And yeah, he is still definitely, absolutely a fox. His identity has not been revealed because this game does not take place a full year after the previous one.
Yeah, we're back in time, baby!
Rewind!
Next up.
Hi, I'm Jay. I will be playing Vincent, who is fine. Completely fine. Nothing is wrong. We're all going to have a wonderful time.
Very informative there. Next up.
God, you have no idea how close I was to just elbowing very, very
Again.
close to the mic.
I will find where you live. I will murder you.
Remember
Anyway.
that Kai is the god of this universe.
I'm so used to being the god of the universe whenever I'm playing this game that I'm just like, damn it. I'm in someone else's universe. I'm a guest in someone's universe. I can't fucking...
Alibi may have been future-proofed because it's been in games post this.
Nobody else has.
Isaspella has not.
Isaspella is struck by lightning and immediately dies.
Exactly. Better roll on your character, sorry. Anyway, sorry. Al, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Owl. I'm the DM for the Silver Screen, which is another campaign that we've got here in the server. But today I'm not a DM, so all you have to fucking deal with that shit. Congratulations. Anyway, I play Isaspella Book, and I've forgotten what she is. Is she a wizard? Yeah, she's a wizard.
What a start. And our fourth player, please.
Samaranth, are you like climbing in and out of the drawers of your desk? It really sounds like it.
It really does a bit, yeah.
That's all I can see in my head.
Samaranth, head popping out of one of the drawers. No!
Doing like the whole
sorry.
Scooby-Doo thing.
No, it was funny.
Oh, we're starting this game off so good. Sorry, Samaranth, please do introduce
Please
yourself.
introduce.
My bad.
Yeah, so I'm Samaranth. I'm playing Doc, who is my good, kind, mad scientist artificer. She's not fine. There's a missing child. There's a lot of stuff going wrong, and she's panicking, kind of.
Yay! Panic time.
Same boat as Finn, then.
Finn's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Glad to see that we're wonderfully on topic for the start of this game. I will also give a quick summary of the bullshit that went down last time for anyone that doesn't remember, because, again, it was a literal year ago since we last played. But basically, Charlie approached Alibi, Spella, and Doc to help out on a heist because he and his boyfriend Finn did a job. They were their confidence tricksters. They did a job. It went bad, and now they kind of need an item back because the switch went wrong. So hired you three to help out with this heist. Charlie could not actually join you on the heist precisely because he's busy babysitting his and Vin's daughter, Ellie. But the four of you got in, you stabbed a guy, you smashed a piece of armor, not in that order, you kind of saved the guy, and then you kind of killed him again, and then kind of saved him again, and then you set off every single fucking alarm.
You missed out the bit where Doc got petrified on the cursed staircase, and Alibi got teleported into a cupboard.
Yeah, that happened.
PTSD.
You did. You did, thankfully, manage to get the item that you were there for by opening the password safe. And then you all fucking skedaddled, only to get back to where Charlie was supposedly waiting for you guys, to find that the cart had been tipped over, and both Charlie and Ellie were missing. So now we begin this game on the run. Vincent, where the fuck are you going? Because you're leading this little group.
Yeah, nominally. So there wouldn't have been a particular direction to where he's going for the first, I guess, like, minute or so, because, all of your family has just vanished. You've just come from an absolute disaster situation. He's not doing so great. But at some point, he would have pulled himself together a little bit and started to turn towards God, where was it?
Did you want to get your note sheet up?
No.
Okay.
You shush. I am a functioning human being, and I don't need a dot point list to get through a single sentence. Docs. That's where it was. I have a functional memory.
I would like to clarify, this isn't Docs as in Doc Acne's.
No.
This is like the port.
As in where the
disappointed.
boats live, where the boats go to sleep.
If it helps, I have lists for the most mundane shit because I can't remember anything. And the only way that I remember that Spella is a wizard is that I had it written down. So maybe it's not bad to have lists.
Yeah, it's also really good if you have a list that, like, acknowledges spells that you have, like, you know, the spell sleep that you could have used on the guy in bed instead of ice knife.
I panicked!
You had already used the spell!
No, because the thing is, Spella already used up that spell on knocking out your potential date, Alibi.
You can use it twice!
I panicked! Literally,
emphasize enough, like,
my brain went blank, and then I'm like, how do you get the awake guy to not be making
Awake.
noises?
Or alive. So how do you stop him from making noises? You kill him.
I mean, a coma is kind of like sleep, I guess. Anyway, sorry, moving on.
I was very deep in Spella's head, and Spella panicked, and her first impulse was knife.
I'm just imagining this conversation happening between Alibi and Spella as you guys are trailing after Vin.
Actually, I think that is canon. I think they're bickering about that the whole last way.
So yeah, going to lead you to one of the many nondescript taverns that sort of spring up around docks because sailors need places to sleep and to drink, and is going to enter there and completely ignoring the actual bar area, walk up past there. I always imagined that these places always have like 2 floors and have like a couple of rooms like over the top because they serve kind of like inns as well. And is going to no explanation to any of you, by the way, that this is all completely just like this is not me failing to give detail. He straight up has not explained anything.
Yeah, while this is going on, and because Vin specifically isn't explaining it, are the three of you maybe asking questions? Are you wondering what's going on with you guys as regards to all this?
Well, I think as pre-established, Alibi's venting some of his anxiety by bickering. Because that's like, well, he does that, he's petty. But it's also like a way of dealing with extreme anxiety. There is a child missing. The Charlie is missing. That's also bad.
He does care.
This was... He cares because it might impact on his safety in the very near future.
Oh,
But
good.
yeah, no,
Okay,
he does
cool.
also give a bit
We're
of-
back. We're back in the universe
back to
where
the
everything's
chaotic
normal.
neutrals. Yeah. No, he is a bit concerned. I mean, he does. Oh, Charlie, he does. Charlie's cool, okay? Like he has anxiety around some cats for reasons, but nah, Charlie's cool. But yeah, he's also kind of like he does not want to have any more responsibility than he already has. So if things now go wrong, it's all Vince's fault. So that's great.
Oh, great, fantastic. It's fine. Vin's used to that.
Spella?
Okay, so, I got your item. It's right here in my book, and for some reason I'm Australian again. I'm very
Yeah,
tired.
I was wondering, because
Anyway.
that does not sound like that.
Anyway, right?
Oh, no.
Don't. No.
Governor, ain't that a beautiful alligator?
We don't even have alligators in Australia.
Shh, let the gators happen.
Do you not have alligators in Australia?
We have
Where is this
crocodiles. Anyway, Spella, please.
We're going to talk about Australian wildlife otherwise.
Okay, so, I got your item. It's right here in my book. And here you go. I am opening my book, and here you go. There's your item. There's your piece of paper. Congratulations. I have fulfilled my jobberly duty, and I'm going home now because all of my bones hurt. Have a lovely evening.
So Doc, do you have anything to say to that?
This whole time, Doc has been just sort of stream of conscious rambling to himself, like, okay, we're following Vin. Vin has a plan. We're gonna follow Vin. Vin's gonna tell us how to get the kid and Charlie back. That's gonna be great. And then when Spella does that, she just sort of looks up, kind of anxious, like, you're not just gonna leave now. We gotta get Charlie and Ellie back. We gotta find out what happened to them. We can't let this just sort of being like that right now.
So honestly, no. If any of you were going to just take off right now, I would believe it would be her. And frankly, I do not. I will not miss you. You stabbed somebody. What is wrong with you?
I unstabbed him.
Okay, I just rolled a d2, which some of you will very much well know by now is Delta trying to make a decision. I mean, Alibi, who's Delta? 1 is the good thing, 2 is the bad thing. He rolled a 1. So he does sort of decide that he should intervene. Cannot express how much he dislikes doing that. Spella, sweetie, we really do need all the help we can get, and you were really rather exemplary in getting my tail out of the quite literal fire back there. And I know you're new to children, which I am still processing, but Ellie is a very small, vulnerable, squashable creature who is entirely
Yeah, you can
innocent
stop
of
at
this
any
entire
time. You
situation.
can stop listing all those things at any time.
She's also mortal, did I mention that?
Spella's just like doing the thing where she's got her arms crossed, and you can see all the physical damage from the last game. Like she's got like bruises and singed feathers, and she's just blinking very slowly.
Well, all right, maybe we all need to sit down and have a short rest. I mean, I'm a little bit, well, I ended up on a little adventure of my own, as you recall, so I think we should all sit down and brief ourselves before we make any hasty decisions, please. And he's actually going to bat his eyelids shamelessly at Spella.
Okay, roll for flirting, I guess.
Roll for flirting.
Persuasion?
Persuasion, that would be persuasion.
I was gonna say, there is no option for that. Oh no, that's not
11.
good.
Oh.
Land's dead in the
let's-
ground.
Yeah,
Let's see
Make a-
Spella's wisdom
Yeah.
roll to
Fucking
see
wisdom
if
save.
she can outthink this or hit him.
Stella doesn't know what flirting is. She's just like me.
Yeah, she just blinks and she's like, "What are you doing with your eyes? Did you get fire from the fucking exploding closet?"
Yes! Oh, the agony. You'll have to show me up the stairs. I can't see. Yeah, he's gonna do that instead. Drop the first text.
5.
It works anyway. Alibi blinks his lovely eyes, and Spella feels the flutters of something in her chest. She doesn't know what it is, and quite frankly, it feels uncomfortable. So she just kind of goes, "I want your share of the money.
Excuse me?
I want your share of the money."
Can you know what, can you do this later? Can you please squabble over who is paying who
Yes,
later?
I'm in pain. Let's get into some sort of private location
Yes,
wherein we
thank
can discuss things that are not the amount of money which I will receive. Excuse me? And yeah, he's just going to be like, how
want
very
your
No, I
dare
can have
you
my
ask me
share.
that?
It's fine.
While you're,
don't
oh yeah,
get-
while, sorry, Doc was going to say something.
Stock just says, you can have my share. Just help.
No, she can't have your share. You need it.
No, I don't.
You've got a kid yourself. Don't think I don't know that.
Yeah, well, I'm a small business owner. I sell things.
No, it's specifically, it has to be Alibi's money.
Why me? Oh, forget it.
Okay,
Let's
then
talk about this
Alibi can have my
afterwards.
share.
Vin is just going to turn around and knock very loudly on one of the...
It has to be
One of the
Alibi's
doors.
money, and he has to watch as I spend it on spell books and charms right in front of his little fox face.
I am deferring any further reply until Vince has done whatever Vince is doing. Vince, please do something.
I'm trying, you're all
I know you
talking! Can you please help me?
No, this is hilarious.
No, help me!
The god is not
Done
stepping
the
in
thing.
here. Oh,
Banging
sorry,
on-
you've banged on the door.
Banging
Okay.
on the door!
All right. I would like to say it's like 4 a.m. at this point, so like whoever is behind this door probably takes a little bit of time to wake up and wonder what the heck all the noise is coming from. But at this point, finally, the door opens, and would our 5th player like to introduce themselves?
What?
Oh, no.
It's fucking
Our
Yuni!
5th player
Hey,
fucking
Yuni!
vanished.
My name is Yuni. I'm here now.
I tackle Yuni to the floor instantly.
Oh, because it was Uni's birthday fairly recently. Does Uni get a birthday?
Absolutely.
inspiration point?
So
Yes!
birthday inspiration point as is tradition on this server.
Please, become the holder of the brain cell.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but as you see the door open, you see a large hulking figure. Her blue hair, must, and her eyes
Fran!
bleary. And she looks down and goes, "What the hell do you want?"
We're friends of Charlie's.
Oh,
We have a job for you and it
Technically,
might
I was
involve
hired
punching
by him.
people.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, that works.
Again, it is 4 in. You did wake her up. She's
Yep,
only
yep, no, that's
halfway
fair.
processing anything.
I'm so happy right now. I'm so
She
happy.
does blink out at the group. She goes, "Oh, you guys look like you got fucked up. All right, come on in."
Yeah. or already in the room.
Oh my god.
Just
Remind
nearest-
us a bit about the scale of this individual, Uni, because I think there's some comedy to be had just from that alone.
Yeah, she's around 6 feet tall, so she is towering over the majority of you.
Big.
Question:
Wow.
Where is the nearest flat cushioned surface?
Her
1 inch on
her bed.
Yeah. Spella immediately comes inside, takes off her shoes, and then beelines for the bed.
Fall asleep on your
And
bed.
as you go, she actually grabs your shoulder. She goes, "What? Is he? Oh my God, is he? Dude, where? Oh my God. What are you doing here?"
You two know each other?
Yes, apparently. Hello.
Oh,
It
good.
is
She's
good
like
to
this with
see
everybody.
you. The person that I definitely know and have met before.
And then she, Charlie, oh my God, have you been hanging out with Charlie without telling me? That is so, oh my, I would have invited you guys if I was doing stuff. That's fine. Me and Colin hang out all the time and we're super best buds, so I don't even care.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
Fine.
yes, yes. Yes. No, we were just hanging out this once because he was giving me money, and I helped him procure an item with that money, so it was a work thing. Also, the last time we talked, it was also a work thing. I don't do friendship very much, so.
Oh no, yeah, I remember. You were kind of a bitch that time too. It's cool. I don't mind.
Excuse you, I was the bitch last time.
Permission to roll
I
stealth
am
while this is happening.
Capital
Yeah, go ahead.
T, capital B, the bitch, and don't you forget it. And now I'm going to sleep in your bed.
No, you're not. Alibi got there first.
She shoves
Amazing.
Alibi over.
Ah! Well, now you're just being. You're not
Yay,
even
a
going to
famous
introduce
side of
us to this gargantuan, beautiful woman.
Amazing.
fun. Oh, hey, what's up? Fran, it's Izzy. It's I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
You didn't have to introduce the people that you. Anyway, I'm Alibi. That's Vince. Presumably, you have some kind of knowledge of that person. I don't really. And this is Doc Acne. She is the only person in this room that I currently respect.
Oh, that's really nice of you, Alibi.
Oh,
Ah,
Doc
yeah, I'm Doc.
Acne
Nice
is
to meet
now
you.
trapped inside of the washing machine.
what?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I zoned out for 2 seconds and I came back and I heard the phrase trapped inside of a washing machine. What happened?
Samaranth
I mean, if
moved away
anybody
from
was
the
going
mic.
to be, it would be Doc, frankly.
Well,
There is not a washing machine in this tavern. I hope you understand. This place is filthy.
Oh, nasty.
No, cool, fair. What was I going to do? Where's my brain? Spella's actually slightly derailed this because was going to demand the thing back, but then she gave it back and tried to leave, and it's like, oh well, you can't be cross at
Hey,
somebody.
you
if they
hired
don't
her
fuck
for a reason. She's not gonna hold it over your head. She just wants money.
No, I just think it's very funny.
If it helps, she is currently on Fran's bed, and Alibi is there too, so she is commandeering his tail as a pillow.
Oh, he's keeping very still for no reason whatsoever. He's not at all worried that it'll come off. Yeah.
You have a very cold tail. It's like you have no circulation.
Yes, well, it's a medical problem. Anyway, should we discuss the present situation?
I can confirm that.
Yeah, it's to be noted that Doc is the only person who knows there's something sus about Alibi because she was with him in a game, an FPS before this, and his nose came off. So she doesn't know who he is, but she knows that he's probably some sort of bird.
It's a furry.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not a doctor, but I can't confirm it's a medical condition.
Oh my gosh. Ride or die with Doc Acne. Okay. Would Vince like to take the floor because I think we need to progress somehow?
Yeah.
Alright, so basically we've covered, like, you've now explained to Fran that, like, okay, Charlie's missing and probably going to need to punch some people. Do you have anything else to go off there, or is it just blind panic here?
I mean, I'm just trying to think of anything else that we have. Here's the thing. Vin thinks very quickly. I, as a person, do not. I think very slowly. So I am genuinely trying to work out what we have that might actually be useful.
We have the thing
Alibi
we
is
stole.
playing with the stone of fast speech, like just pressing it in and out of his ear to see if anything happens. But mostly he's doing that thing where you put your finger in and out of your ear and it makes a funny whooshy noise. Like he's just doing that.
Funny you should mention the Pebbles of Fast Speech earpieces that
That's
you
the
guys
one.
have all been using, because it's actually at this point where you start kind of hearing... Dad, are you there?
Yep.
You go.
Ellie, is that you?
Yeah, it's Dad. This the kind of escaped to pick us
Hey,
up, and look, this took Dad, and
You
it's...
calm down. Okay, this is good. It's okay. I'm here. It's fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to come and get you. Okay. Do you know where you are?
They stuck us in bags, and it's like, I will say, as DM, Ellie's voice is coming through as like a whisper here. She's so very quiet at the edge of hearing when it comes to your earpieces. They took us in bags, and they knocked out Dad, and I'm in this weird office sort of thing, and there's a window, but then they told us to close the window, and it's like...
It's okay. It's okay. I just need you to be very calm now, okay, sweet pea? And this is me. Again, Vin would know what to ask. I do not. Is there anybody with you?
There's two guys. There's two men outside the door, and they're big. They're huge, and I need to be quiet. And if they hear me, I'll
Okay.
get in trouble again.
Okay, no, you are doing absolutely fantastic, okay? You are doing exactly, you need to be quiet, and you do need to do nothing that will get you in trouble or upset you, okay? You can do that, right? Mm-hmm. Good girl, wonderful, fantastic. Can you see, you said there was a window in the place where you're in. Can you look out of it and tell me anything that you see, okay?
They blocked it all up now, but before I had a really quick look, and there was a big wall, and it had letters on it, and it was V.
It's okay, can't think slowly, okay?
It was big letters. It said VERBL, but that's not a word.
No, it's okay. That's part of a word. We can find that out and we can come and get you, okay? What did they do to Dad? What did they do? Do you know where he's gone?
I don't know. They just took him away, and I'm on my own. And this is the point where do any other players actually want to butt in here? Fran, you are the only person that can't hear this and has no idea what's going on. Vin has just suddenly started talking to himself.
And she's taking this opportunity to like wash her face and get some proper clothes on because she's like, I don't know what's happening.
So sorry.
Gotta fix the hairdo.
Yeah.
I think Alibi's shriveled tiny heart has been ringing with pangs of anxiety for this kid, because like he does like kids. So he's gonna ask just like one fairly pertinent question. He says, "Are you hurt?"
No, they just maybe bruise on my arm, but like that's okay. I've had worse, and I fell out of the tree and jumped out of that other tree and was playing soccer. But no, I'm okay.
You're tough. You're okay. You'll be fine.
What a brave child. If here's just a plan in case your unfriendly friends out there do notice what you're doing. You're very good at letters. You've already proved that. So if you need to say a word when they're listening, do you know how to play that game where you say a series of words that aren't connected, but the first letter of those words spells something out? So if I wanted to tell you about Spella, I could say superlative picky, extremely lousy, lackadaisical alien. And that would just happen to not be descriptive of her at all. But her name is Spella. So just keep that in mind if things become more difficult in communication. Can you do that?
Okay. I don't know what half those words are, but yeah, I can do that.
You don't need to. Don't worry about it. You're doing fantastically. Does anybody have any good ideas?
Hello, little flesh potato.
This little flesh potato.
I'm here to tell you that I know that you are small, and I know that you are frightened. However, there are a couple of spots on the toon/real kind body which will always net you some time to run away should you hit them as hard as you physically can. And these places are right between the legs, directly below the boob, sort of right in the middle.
Oh, I already
here
know
under
this.
The pectoral.
Solar
these are
plexus.
things.
You want to hit the solar plexus, and if you
She
can't
doesn't
stomp on
know
their
what a
instep,
solar
that's usually a good
plexus
idea.
is.
Oh, she heard someone talking about points to hit somebody, and Fred was like, "I know this one."
Bella just like waving an arm. She doesn't know what a solar plexus is. I don't know how old she is, but apparently she's tiny and very not educated.
She is 6.
Yeah, and also, if you hold your palm flat and shove up with as much force as you can directly into someone's nose, it will make a crunch sound.
We haven't
You want
taught her
to
that
run
one
after
yet.
you hear that crunch.
Miss, I'm 6.
Please
All
stop,
right, if you
Bladder.
can't remember anything, then remember, if you are in lots of danger, take your tiny leg and ram it into someone's between the legs as hard as you can, and then run.
Yes, thank
Throw 'em
you,
off the
Spella, for your
rhythm.
contribution.
These are things. These are definitely things that she already knows.
Thanks, darling.
You have to remember who her parents are.
Doc is the only
It's
person here who
never
also
bad
has
to
12 and
remind
hasn't
them.
said it.
Yeah. Doc, are you okay? You've been quite quiet.
Doc's would have been scribbling, and she's like, "Okay, are these uppercase? Were these uppercase or lowercase letters?
They were
'Cause, like,
big
some of
letters,
them are
really big.
Okay, big letters. So, okay, they kind of make numbers if you flip them upside down. That's not helpful.
It could be over something.
We're. Oh wow, it really could. Anyway, we're gonna come find you. Everything's gonna be okay. We just don't. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get Charlie.
Everbleen.
It's gonna be fine.
Please come. Everything smells like fish, and I don't like it.
Fish.
Okay.
Fish is a good
Okay.
clue.
You,
That's a good.
sorry. Everbleen. Dog's ship. Everbleen.
Oh, you kidding me? If it's the Everbleen, I'm gonna die.
I can tell you right now, it's not Everbleen.
I'm just like, it's a big boat. I'm pretty sure it's a big fucking boat. However, Spella hasn't been paying attention and does not really care what the letters stand for. I, on the other hand, am just like, Everbleen.
As a DM, here and now, I'm going to tell you it doesn't stand for Everbleen.
I'm so upset.
Is it ever blessed?
No.
Everbleen.
All right.
Is
So
it
you guys
over
gotta go
something?
chasing down the letters, Everbleen.
We're going to walk along and find the
I very
Everbleen.
much love the idea that they're caught on a giant ship and it's the Everbleen, and the reason why they haven't gotten out of the country is that it's stuck.
Hey,
We can put that in our pocket for another game. I mean,
Fran, you know your way around this place.
was going
You work
to
with
ask.
ships. Do you want to roll history, please?
Sure.
oh yeah, we have a pirate in our midst. Duh.
Yo ho!
I was
No,
going
she's
to-
a sailor. It's
Oh,
perfectly
sailor.
legitimate.
Mhm.
I was also going to ask if I could roll any kind of knowledge to.
Yeah,
work
just
this
roll
out.
history as well. That's kind of the easiest for location. All right, 11's not great.
I don't know if I've actually got anything.
I think you do. You are vaguely intelligent. Vaguely.
Vaguely. Vaguely.
I mean, are we
not bad.
rolling like
History
history
plus 2.
or?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
history,
history.
plus 2, because that's the closest to life.
Yeah, I
I
actually,
do
you know
have
what?
11.
11. I actually,
12.
seeing as everyone's rolling it, Fran, you do have advantage, seeing as you know your way around this area.
This is us
Okay.
pooling all of our knowledge.
Yeah.
Right,
That works.
Okay, so the highest roll there was a 16 from Speller. God fucking damn it. It's 'cause
I
you-
have a +6.
Should we
That's all Spella did was she went to college and she bitches at people.
Alright, I will address everyone else. First up, Doc with that 6, you don't know shit. Everyone else with like 11s and 12s, you think maybe it sounds kind of familiar, but at the same time you're not hugely knowledgeable of the area, so you don't know for certain. Speller with that 16. You don't really think of anything starting like with the name Everbleen, but like the Ever does seem right. You're sure you've read something about a bunch of ships with the names all starting with Ever, and you don't know what the BL could be, so but that's something that you could work for. You know, like, alright, that's a bunch of ships, especially as things smell like fish. You maybe have something to look out for if you pass this on to everyone else.
She's at the docks.
Well, I think
Yeah,
we all
I
have
We,
know.
to
we,
guess.
we
I
figured
already
that
am
out,
here.
yes.
Well, I don't know where your level of comprehension is at, and I've been proven wrong before by
Could we
apparently
please
a 6-year-old
stop
who doesn't
with
know what the
the-
solar plexus is.
Could we please save up all the insults that you are just dishing out so liberally, just right up until the point that I have my family back, and then you can start dishing them all out all at once, okay? Can you do this?
Spella sits up, rocks out of the bed, walks up to Vince, and gently pats his cheek and says, "It will be very difficult. I want 10 more gold."
Tell you what, you keep a civil tongue and I will give you 50.
My goodness.
I would like
She
to...
holds out a hand with an absolutely enormous grin, and she says, "My dear fox, we've got a deal."
At this point, Alibi is just going to lean subtly towards Doc and say, "I bet you 10 she doesn't."
Doc is like, okay,
Are we all writing
7,
this down? Because I'm not going to remember.
Okay, let me...
As Alwyn leans over, Doc is just like, okay, 7, 8, a really bad 4, 3, and another really bad 4. That could be. She's just trying to figure something out with the letters because she rolled a 6. She has no idea what's going on.
I see. No bets taken then. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no,
But 50
Vin
if
definitely...
Stella doesn't be rude.
Vin accepts this with a solemnity that is does not seem to portray that this is any kind of a joke, and then we'll go back. It's like, right, so what do you know? Remember, talk like a person.
All right.
Before we go into this, I do just want to note, Speller, you have a whole ass gold bar in your book that you pilfered from the safe.
Yeah. You've
Yeah,
already
but
got money.
It's hers. It's hers now. You can't have it.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, all right. Let's go with. She's in an area that smells like fish. We are already by the docks, and the thing that she saw was VERBL, which there's not a lot of words that start with ver or bleen or
Bleen. I love
whatever
how
you
we've
wanna
gotten
call it.
stuck on Bleen.
It's just it gets in your
And
head. Man.
I happen to know, and she pops open the book, not to the page that the gold bar is in, to a different page. It's a map of the nearby area, and she's also got like some newspaper clippings and just various notes written that there is a fair amount of boats with the beginning name Eva, which will account for 3 of our letters. Now, if you look at this, they're kind of clustered in the same locale, and I'm figuring.
Oh, you're talking about the
Are they?
Everblues?
Yeah,
Well done, you got it spot on, Yuni. You got it. Yeah, it's ever blue. And yes, Fran, you probably do know where it is now that you know what the fuck's being talked about.
Yeah.
It was so obvious, but we got stuck on Bleen just because it sounds so funny.
the Everbleen. I like to think there's another boat just behind the Everblue that's the Everbleen, and it just looks like a badly drawn boat.
I am just going to quickly point out here before we get completely sidetracked down this boat thing. Ellie did say wall when she said where these letters were painted on.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, the Everblues are usually like shipping containers. They're like merchant ships.
So does this means that they're all owned by the same company? If there's a pattern going on, that gives us a location, if nothing else.
Yeah. They get, used up by all sorts of different stuff, but they tend to get all sent out from the same place. So
Do they have any kind of a permanent berth in this area?
Do I roll something to see if I know that?
I'm gonna give you, if you can roll if you want extra knowledge.
We do have the flashbacks, remember?
But yeah,
Pretty sure it would just be the shipping docks, like where they keep the extra shipping containers.
All right, I will tell you. I will give you a certain level of information for free, Fran, because again, you're a sailor. You know this area. You also possibly have had a run-in with the Everblue at some point.
Yeah.
If you want extra information, you're welcome to roll to see if you can get a bit more.
Okay, yeah. Like I do know that the flashbacks are an option, but I feel weird about using it this early.
Yeah.
We've got to save them all to a point where it's more important, which is why we didn't use
we'll forget we
almost
have
any
them
of them
and never use
last game.
All right. So what you know about the Everblue is, like, you know there is, like, this one absolutely massive warehouse right on the edge of the docks where a lot of, containers and items tend to get stored there before they get chucked onto a ship and then are sent off to wherever in the world. So, like, when I say massive warehouse, I mean absolutely massive warehouse that tends to get filled with about 3 ships worth of items before it gets sent off. You more or less know the
like
area
IKEA,
that's in.
then.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Boat IKEA.
basically, yeah, boat IKEA. That's how big it is. So you know.
IKEA.
That's where all the bisexuals go to shop.
I hate all of you.
And that's why Fran knows it so well.
Exactly. She and Charlie just going shopping in IKEA.
Anyway, Fran, you do know more or less where the location is. It's so huge that it's hard to miss. You'd be able to find out where it is, and you know that it does have, like, the Everblues logo slapped on the side of the walls and everything, so people know what it is. Again, if you want extra information, you're gonna have to roll for it.
Sure.
Stella has served her purpose, so she just closes her book and then goes back to lying on top of she rests her head on Alibi's back just because him comfy.
Oh,
Why?
Bless.
Get your own goose down pillow.
What are you talking about? He's a fox.
Fox down pillow.
This is
14
out of
from
character. It's
The
fine.
lady with the blue hair. He's just given up at
I
this
don't know
point.
if a
He's just staying
14
still.
gets me anything more
14,
specific.
Gives you a little bit. You know that there are several other warehouses on that strip that do kind of, like, sit next to and around the Everblues warehouse, because, like, it's just the easiest way to store things before they're gonna get shipped off. So maybe that's something you guys can go off.
Sure. So yeah, she's got to be in one of the warehouses right there. I mean, we could probably, I don't know, stake out the place, figure out which of the windows gets a good view of the verbal, of the verbal.
The verbal.
Of the Everbleen.
Yeah, a stakeout will take time. We don't know if they're going to move. We don't know if we're going to move them. Are you sure you don't know anything else just off of the top of your head? This is basically a prompt for a roll. See if you know any of this stuff.
Well, I mean, like, that's basically going off that 14. That's as much as Fran really knows.
Oh, okay. My brain.
I will also note, most of you are rather banged up from the encounter that you've just come straight from.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
Vin
that's
does
why
not want
Alibi's
to
lying
rest though.
down.
Vin wants to do something about this now.
Fair point.
Yeah, should we do a short rest? That'd be great. Because I also had an adventure in the DMV and I took a few hits, so...
Yeah. Alright, as a DM, I will suggest maybe those of you that still have plenty of hit points and everything, because I'm sure there are some of you that didn't really get damaged, you guys can maybe do a bit of a stakeout while other people have a rest.
Yeah, sure. Vin's got 35 hit points out of 38. He's got loads of hit points. It's fine.
I need all of the hit points I can get. I am a very squishy sorcerer. So, that's 1d6 plus 1, I think, I can roll.
You should
That
have, like,
long?
3d6, I think, if you're level 5.
Ah, yes, thank you, thank you. Is it 3? I don't know.
It's
Samaranth,
level
you're like
5.
expert.
You get 1 per level, so you get heaps. You can basically just it should just be 5d6 then for you.
Holy shit. Well, I'll recover fully even if I don't. Even if I hit the lowest numbers, I will be back to normal, so I'll just go back to that then. That's great, that's super, that's really tasty. Thank you, everybody.
Alright. So
Alibi just packing up disease.
Doc?
We just have a pile of
I don't think
sleeping.
Doc actually took any damage.
Yeah, you got petrified, but I don't think you actually got hurt, did you?
Yeah, I don't think the armor hit me. I think Doc's fine. So yeah, Doc will stake out if you want Doc to do a stakeout.
Yeah?
Alright. Who else needs a nap?
Bella's already asleep.
Okay,
So we're just gonna leave the lovebirds alone.
Yep.
Sazu!
I mean, unless we have...
We haven't gone past that part of character development.
You guys already said the feather pillow thing, so Spella's just like, it smells familiar for some reason, and I'm going to bed.
Panic.
Anyway, so Doc, Vin, and Fran, you guys are off on a recon mission. What sort of things are you looking for?
What kind of things, guys, what kind of things are we supposed to be looking for? This is me out of character. I've not played this kind of game before. Help!
Maybe roll
looking for-
survival to like, just like see if you can find.
I was
anything.
gonna say, tell me what activities you are doing, and then I will tell you what roles you need to do.
Lurking with intent.
Keep an eye out for anyone, like any guards outside the buildings who are just standing there menacingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Seeing.
gonna say, Doc, did you have any particular? We've got lurking in intent. We've got looking for guards. And what's Doc doing?
Yeah, I think Doc is just sort of trying to math out in her brain, like, angles to windows and stuff to try and figure out exactly which window could have been the one Ellie was looking out of to a container that has the right word on it,
All right.
if possible.
Oh god, that's actually something useful. That's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
like a proper description of what you're gonna do. Oh my god.
Okay. I want perception from Vin.
Cool.
I want perception with advantage from Fran because you're specifically looking for guards. And I want investigation from Doc, please, because you're looking for a specific thing.
Alright. Oh, 219. Hey.
Nice.
Ooh, 23.
Nice.
14.
Vin tends to work better when under pressure.
We've got some good rolls here, baby. All right. Doc, we'll start off with that Doc with that 14. You do actually get a pretty good look at this. However, because you're not quite sure where exactly to look to begin with, you're not sure which warehouses and windows you're looking at, it's a bit hard to kind of figure out exactly how the letters would line up to someone looking out, because there are about three warehouses.
If they begin with W, it's okay.
Shut up. Around the Everblue warehouse that will have...
Warehouse.
Yeah, thank you. I can't grammar today. I can't speak. What are words? Yeah, so
Where
there's...
is
Warehouse,
the warehouse?
Okay, so there's three werewolf houses that each have a view over...
That's worse than we thought.
that each have a view over Everblue stamped along a wall there. So you get a good look, and you've now managed to pin it down to, okay, it's that window on that warehouse, that window or that window on that warehouse, or that one on the third warehouse. That doesn't narrow it down heaps, but at least you've got something to go off.
No, sorry, go on.
Next up, with that the amazing perception rolls from both Fran and Vin, you guys really get a good look. Fran, with that 19, it is very easy for you to spot there's two guards lurking outside the warehouse on the left of the Everblue, and they don't really seem to be doing much. It's more kind of, there's a difference between, yes, shady character wandering around the docks looking for business, and, yes, shady character hanging around the docks in the specific spot and kind of giving the stink eye to anyone that they see go past.
Already on business.
Exactly. So Vin, with that 23, you I'm gonna say, like, you and Fran spot these guards out at the same time, and you actually get a chance to look inside the warehouse for a moment as one of them just kind of like claps the other on the shoulder and nods at him and goes through the door that they're guarding. So there's only one person on guard now, and you get a quick snippet of what is inside this warehouse, and from what you can see there, you can just see rows and rows and rows of long planks of woods, like just the sort of timber that you would build boats out of, and you get the shortest glimpse of that and maybe a little bit more movement coming from inside before the doors swing shut again. And well done, you have identified the warehouse.
Hooray!
I don't know if this is possible, but like, given that we've identified the warehouse, can I then narrow down, like, I had a couple windows in each warehouse, can I narrow that down a little bit because of that?
And Ellie did say that one of them was blocked off, so like...
Yeah, true. Alright,
Yeah.
with that, I'm gonna deign that you guys have enough information that I can give you the layout of the warehouse now.
Ooh, yes.
Nice.
I will stick that in maps as well, so it's gonna be easier to reference. But from what you guys can actually see, up in the top right corner, there's a small rectangle within, like a tiny rectangle within a small rectangle. There's a window along the outside there that you reckon would be positioned just right, especially as it seems to have cardboard taped on the inside of it now, so that it can't be seen through. The door that you guys actually looked through at the beginning is the one on the far left, the small one on the vertical wall, rather than the huge one on the horizontal one there.
Yeah, that's presumably for taking out large shipments.
Exactly.
How, the window that has been blocked off and stuff, how far off the ground is it? Like, how accessible is this particular window?
It is basically where a normal window would be. It's ground level. There's two windows in that area. There's kind of like, they're both ground level. They're both they look pretty sturdy, but also a little bit rusty around the outsides.
I'm just trying to think if there is any reason for Vin not to tell the other two to basically wait there while he goes and attempts to rescue his child. like through this window. Attempts to just break in without being spotted. This is objectively kind of like not really the greatest plan, but also stakes.
And Fran is just sort of claps him on the shoulder and goes, "Look, bud, I get it. Also, if you peck this up, it's gonna make it way harder for the rest of us to go in and save both of you. So
Thank you, Fran, for being the voice of sense.
Yeah.
I just want to say, this is why I invited Yuni to this game, because we needed a fucking brain cell in this group.
Really did.
I can't believe that Fran is a brain cell in any given game. Oh my god.
It says a lot about the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Oh
But
god.
no, unfortunately, you are right. Vin doesn't have to like it. In fact, he really, really hates this. But no, he does have enough common sense to register that would that like, yes, okay, maybe this is theoretically this is doable, but like you said, you get one shot, and if you fuck it up, then
It's a cheek because I'm not present, technically. But I was looking at this diagram. What is the very long pink line on the southern side?
That's something that Yuni did actually say. It's like big cargo doors that would be able to get
Oh,
open up
right.
to get large chunks
Right.
of shipment out easily.
Yep. Okay, got it.
Chunks.
Thanks.
Chunks, huh?
chunks, huh?
Chunk. Big chunks.
Sorry, I've already derailed it, and I didn't even mean to.
That's okay.
Listen,
I'm just amazed that, like, oh wait, I actually did pick up on all those years living with my dad and his shipping knowledge.
Okay, gonna say then, Yuni, you probably know way more about this than I do. I am just faffing my way through the entire thing here.
Again, it's all extremely secondhand. I do not know a lot. I'm just proud of myself for being like, oh, Everblue, because of the evergreen thing that you say everywhere.
I was genuine when you said that, just like so casually and so confidently, and just Kai's face just lit up. I wish you could have seen it.
I'm still an intense fan of the Everbleen.
The Everbean.
Never bleeding.
That's just that's one of like the Everblue's dinghies, that the rowboats that they use to get out from the main ship. Anyway, you guys, you've scouted out. You know what? You have very, very strong suspicions, almost certainty that you know what warehouse this is all going down in. Is there anything you want to do now, or do you want to head back to the others?
I think heading back to the others is probably a good idea, because then we've got, sort of everybody in the same place. We know who's got what skills, and can work out what we're doing slightly more efficiently.
Okay.
Unless the other two have any other ideas that they want to.
I mean, Doc's just gonna keep Ellie updated. Doc's gonna say, okay,
yeah.
Ellie, we
Thank you, Doc.
know where we found where you are. We're gonna get you out real quick. We just need to reconvene and make a little bit of a plan first, so that we don't mess things up even worse. Are you okay still?
There's a very, very long silence, and then just, a very, very strained,
I'm gonna take it that you're not alone in the room that you're in. So just stay safe. That's all.
Can
Finn is
Fran
looking for
figure
that
out-
window again.
Sorry. Fran?
Like, this is the shipping thing. She wants to make sure, like, if there's some sort of worrisome time limit happening, does she know, like, shipping schedules about when things might head out in...
I'm gonna go off the role that you went for earlier. just to save you from making like 20,000 history rolls. As far as you know, at the very least, it's now around 5 a.m. When by the time that you guys actually get back to the tavern where Fran was had her room anyway. It's around 5 a.m. You know that the tide won't actually, like, the next tide isn't till 7 a.m. So if there was anything going out, you've got about 2 hours there. But that's, of course, you don't know for certain if anything will be being moved out at that time, so.
Sure. Okay.
So, potential 2-hour time limit.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. How are you
Hey,
doing?
nerds.
Did you
You
have...
guys been making out? So you could kiss her?
Making out what? We haven't been giving anything to translate.
What? You guys don't speak the language of love?
Oh, if you mean romantic languages, I'm saving my Latin homework for later, thank you.
Is anybody going to wake up Alibi?
No,
He is
he's
dead
asleep.
to the world.
Let him rest.
Less painful.
Let him be not part of this conversation, please.
Yeah. This is probably a good thing. This is probably a good thing. He doesn't have to be involved.
Why would you say that, anyhow? The love thing. I barely know most of these people.
Well, I don't know how your preferences run. Sometimes you just want a friend to keep you warm after a really terrible day, which it looks like you guys have had.
Vin's gonna give the bed a kick.
I mean, you're not wrong. He is very warm, but I haven't really dated before. Most people find me off-putting.
I wonder why.
Reason.
No dates. I like walnuts though.
I mean, yeah, you are, as aforementioned, a total bitch, but you are a straight up hottie.
And you would know because I'm not into humanoid tunes. Like you're very clearly real kind based, and I like a little more bird in my tune. But if I was into like real kind based tunes, I would probably I wouldn't attempt to flirt because I don't know how to do that. But I would respond with, "You are a very pretty person."
This
What
is
is this
absolutely
conversation?
excruciating. Can we talk about literally anything else?
Thank you.
Oh my god! This is not the shipping content we want to talk about in this particular doc-based game.
If it
Maybe
helps,
it's not what you want to talk about.
if it helps. This is also why I am not interested in flirting with the annoying fox. He's just not bird enough for me. Like, look at that. He doesn't even have a beak or anything. Like, that's not hot.
Oh my god. Doc is
Fran
standing in the
is just
background.
like she's mostly just like trying to lighten the mood a little bit. This is, given that there is a child in danger, you think, she is alarmed by that, but also like, oh god, being too miserable about it all is not conducive.
I'm going to
You've heard
purposefully
of
fail a deck
bisexual.
save.
Have you heard of bird sexual?
Oh my god.
Sorry, Doc,
I'm
you
going
were
to fail
saying
a deck
something.
save
Doc
by
is just-
rolling out of bed and landing on the floor so that I can wake up.
Thank
I
you.
did try to wake him up earlier,
Vin did
but
pick the bed.
everybody kept talking.
Sorry, Doc was trying to say a thing. Doc, how are you responding to this whole fucking mess?
Doc is standing in the background, turning the part of her face that like can make expressions is bright red, and then like when when Stella says that Alibi is not burned enough, she just starts nodding furiously. She thinks that'll help.
Very unsuspicious.
And then let's say
I'm glad you agree, Doc.
Vin kicks the bed
I do
again.
enjoy when people
Yeah,
have sensible opinions.
Literally, it's like when I said this is excruciating, that was actually out loud in character. Does not want to be talking about this. This is dreadful.
Vin kicks the bed again. Alibi rolls out, fails the dex save. Alibi, you're awake.
You could have just, poked me or something. The floor is a not pleasant way to wake up anyway. Where are we? Who are you? Oh,
See,
right.
a real bird would have taken that with grace and dignity.
I'm not going to.
I'm going to
justify that
start
response.
deducting your extra pay.
I was going to say that was mean. That was mean. You are forfeiting your 50 gold. Did we
It
find the
wasn't
child?
mean. It was simply an observation. You are not
That was
very
definitely
graceful.
mean from my point of view. Anyway, have
You
we
find
found?
most things mean.
My God, no wonder you guys fucked up the last part of this.
I am never letting Charlie choose who is helping us again, ever.
I'm trying to get us back on track. Have we
fair. I'm really
found?
sorry.
Anyhow,
this
are we going to
small
rescue the
child?
child?
Okay.
We found her. We
As
did.
Hooray! Thank you, Doc. And he's just hugging you around the leg, like he's half asleep, and he's like, "Thank you, Doc."
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. Everybody say thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
As a DM, do I need to implement a talking stick or something?
Maybe. Sorry.
I'm just here to fuck everything up in the precise right moment that it's funniest. So, if you see a spot and I don't say anything, then someone hit me with the talking stick.
And I love you for it, but also if I don't hit you with the talking stick, this game is gonna last for like 5 hours.
I was going to say. Right. Vin does have something of a plan. It is more or less in the shape of people run some form of distraction, get as many people away from the office where Ellie is in as possible, so that somebody, presumably him or somebody who with very, very strong punching arms, can get through that window, get Ellie out of that situation, and then they can all leave as fast as possible. Now, the problem with that kind of plan is that it alerts people to the fact that there are other people there, and we still don't know where Charlie is being kept. If they are going to move him or do something horrible to him, then they will do that more or less the second that they figure out what's going on. If they're competent, they might not be. We certainly aren't as a group. Anyway, that is kind of where Vin is at in terms of rough plan shape. Does anybody want to add on to that or bring any kind of contribution to rescuing a small child?
I mean,
Kai's making a
Alibi's
thinking
success.
face, so clearly I've said something wrong.
Oh no, I'm just deciding whether I want to do the thing now or later.
Oh, good!
You guys go ahead.
Oh, scary.
Spella sits up and looks over at Fran and says, do you have any, like, jackets or anything?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We are not stacking.
I've been wearing the same clothes for 2 days, and I want a jacket.
If you're just getting changed, well, that's fine. But anyway, distraction is something I'm usually fairly good at, but I don't really fancy drawing huge attention to myself. Do we know anything about these people? Like, what would they fall for? Like, last time I did the whole security outfit gag, we could do something similar.
I mean, they all looked relatively stupid. I
can do that. I
Yeah.
can do looking stupid.
Like, I'm gonna give this information specifically to Fran, because you were the one looking out for the mooks. But yeah, like, they're basically your standard average goon. They don't look like anything special. They're mostly just built like a brick wall with the brains to match, sort of thing.
If we just, if we could simply just keep them all talking or distracted while we get Ellie out of there. Ideally, they won't know that we've been there until it's much too late.
How many entrances are there?
3 on the outside. There is the window into the office that Ellie is being held in. There is There are the main shipping doors, and then I don't actually know what those ones are.
Small office door.
And then
the one at the one on the very left hand side is like that would be like the main entrance door to the warehouse. One on the bottom is the big shipping doors. One on the far right is office entry.
Vin relays this information.
Cool. I'm just going to talk normally because it gets very tiresome having to do some character.
It does, doesn't it?
My situation is this: like, we want to get attention away from the top right of the entire diagram.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a distraction at like one or both of those doors. So, like, I don't know, maybe you could set part of it on fire and then go to the other door and say, "Hey, your big ass door's on fire," and they'll be like, "What? Shit, it's on fire." And that would draw some attention. But that might be a bit extreme. Also, setting fire to buildings is something that has gone wrong in the past. I am aware, Doc.
I
don't want to do it while Ellie's inside.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Vin is entirely on board with the general shape of this plan. He is very, very against setting fire to a building while his child is trapped inside it.
Yeah, fire. As soon as I said it, I was like, maybe not fire. But you know, something whack has happened.
Does anybody have any kind of illusion magic or something along those lines? Something that can
digitation.
I have
just prestidigitation.
I have sleep.
Sleep's actually
Fran can
really
punch
good.
people
Sleep
so
is actually
hard
really
that
good and
they
useful.
don't see straight.
I have sleep. I also have ice knife.
We know
you have ice knife.
We definitely know that.
I also have thunder wave. And vampiric touch.
I also just
I
want to
speak
quickly
with
ask.
animals. I could get all the seagulls to just go apeshit.
That is great. I do just want to quickly ask, Spella, did you keep note of how many spell slots you've got from last session?
Yes, D&D Beyond did for me.
Okay, thank fuck.
Yeah,
Because
Sketchy
hell if
doesn't
I
have any
remember.
second level spells.
But all right.
I actually really do like the concept of like the seagull situation, because I'm thinking of that one post of like, they'll post about a dude chucking chips into a train and then throwing the whole bag in just as it takes off.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. I'm like, he's a horrible goose.
He will cause problems on purpose.
Yeah,
It's a lovely day at the docks, and you are a horrible goose.
Horrible goose. I'm completely willing to bond with fellow asshole birds to make this happen. Like, if you're okay with it.
I genuinely think that's great because
it's
it's maximum chaos and minimum actual danger. Spella can cast sleep, so if there's anybody still in the office where Ellie is, then that would be a good way to take them out. Yes, is that how sleep more or less works?
Let me take a look at the sleep thingy and
Yeah, you
sleep
roll a bunch of
Yeah.
dice, and all the HP of enemies that's beneath that number can they pass out. It's a maths adding up thing. It's a bit of a pain in the brain, frankly, but it's good.
That still works. That is still a good way of like getting
excellent.
anybody who is possibly too close and has worked something out, just rendering them unconscious. And again, these all look like fairly low-level mooks. Yes, this is the information that we're working on.
Yep, your average mook.
Their hit point, they probably hit okay, but their hit points probably aren't going to be super high. So
We hope.
Anyway.
Stop laughing! I'm trying to work with the information that we've got.
Guys, I just want to say, you guys are doing so well. With this whole session, I basically set it up as, here's the warehouse. You guys, go nuts.
And our answer to this is, as with so many other situations, birds.
Yes.
Yep. So, okay. If we could use these birds to lure someone outside, I do have one spell that I kind of want to... Not a spell, I got a bunch of grease. I can just make people slip as they come out the door. And I think
Yes! Just cast grease. Even better, cast grease inside of the warehouse where all the birds have been lured to. So anybody trying to avoid get around the birds will be slipping all over the place.
Okay.
Excellent.
I love this. I fucking love every single bit of this. One issue you have is trying to convince the seagulls to do what you want.
That is true. Our plan now does depend our plan is extremely heavily seagull dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, no pressure.
The birds.
I mean, like, all I can do is like try on the when we go there to persuade them, I guess. Although I'm a bit confused. Like, my character sheet has an inspiration point. I don't know if that's actually from the first game or if that was the second game that never happened. So I'm not sure if that actually exists or not.
We could also, if there was going to be a point where we, I was just going to say,
have a flashback. I think
Yeah.
we can probably get the seagulls on side. Like,
I think we can get the seagulls on side. I think we can do
try.
this.
All
we
right.
can try.
Time to go wake up some sleeping seagulls.
Oh boy.
Before we do this, do you mind can we
Yeah.
take a 5-minute break just so
Yeah,
I can
we're
stretch
an hour and a half
and
in. Break time for everyone. All right. See you guys in 5 to 10 minutes.
Thank you for being so patient with our bullshit again. This is hilarious.
I
so good.
live for this bullshit.
It's been so long, but it's been so worth it.
All right.
Oh my god.
It's
Right,
been
I'll be back in a
so
minute.
long.
Like, I'm hanging around for the 5-10 minute break because, like, I have nothing else going on at the moment other than knitting. I had to count my stitches like 5 times over because I kept getting distracted with you guys. How's everyone doing?
You might say we had you in stitches.
Maybe.
You might say that we had you in a sketchy situation.
I hate both of you. You're both terrible.
I love
We're
you
wearing your
too.
patience thin, possibly even threadbare.
You're not getting inspiration points for any of this, I just hope you know.
Yuni, that pun was only so-so.
Oh my god.
I don't mean to needle you, but...
Damn it, I was just
Well-
about to do that one.
We shouldn't aggravate Kai too much. They really are spinning us a yarn.
Yeah, we should quit while we're a thread.
I hate you guys.
That's it, I quilt.
I'm not engaging. God. They're just tormenting me with puns, Jay.
Oh, good. I don't have my headphones in, so I can't hear them.
Good. You don't have to suffer with me.
Well, when they get back, we can patch them up.
For too long, it's not good.
I've made it a personal, like, mission to have every single game Spella's in, she has a different outfit. So, today's outfit is, she has stolen Fran's clothes and, put them together in some type of horrible, bird chic, I guess.
I'm amazed that Spell just doesn't keep whole outfits in her hammer space. Or does she not have hammer space?
She doesn't have a
she's
hammer
half.
space, which is why she uses her book, and the book is already full of gold.
Like,
Oh, speaking of, I forgot to post the picture I did of just
please
her
do.
being sassy and
It's
beautiful.
very good.
What picture?
We love her.
I don't see anything.
Suffer.
Where is it?
Game zone.
Oh, there, she's lovely. Look at her.
It's this is so lovely and good and beautiful and not at all what she looks like after being woken up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like it's 4 a.m. She is a complete mess when you guys first got her to open the door.
I really love Fran and how Fran instantly is just like, oh wait, are we just gonna sit here and be like gossipy bitch pals? I can do that.
Yep.
It's like, yes, friend has arrived. Time to immediately needle them.
No, just like it's 5 a.m. sleepover talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like, so, do you have a crush on the person that you're lying on? And it's like, no, I never would. Why? Do you think he likes me?
Apart from a literal physical crush, because you were lying on him.
Squish.
He's comfy. He's full of
that's true.
feathers.
He's
Not
a
that
squishy
Spella knows
beanbag.
that, but
I just want
I'm
to
so happy to have Fran here.
I just want to apologize to any members of our audience that have not already listened to the whole reveal thing of what the fuck is going on with Alibi.
Isn't it common server knowledge at this point?
Server knowledge. I have gotten multiple asks on Tumblr from people outside the server about, oh hey, is there a sketchy situation part 2? And I'm just like, I ain't explaining shit.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Oh no.
Yeah, I have no idea where to put this audio in terms of like playlists, like in terms of chronological order or literal chronological order. I'm like,
Well, one thing that is true is that the FPS with Sunny technically takes place in between the two of them, so the reveal can happen.
Yeah, that is true. The other thing
That's
is,
true.
again, like, Doc already knows the whole FPS with Doc already happened, so,
Oh, sorry, the FPS with Sunny didn't actually have a title. I think it was just like we didn't have one at that point. It was early days.
before 12 FPS is, like, we're in the, thing of having titles anyway.
Yeah, it's in Alibi's playlist anyway. But you're right. That's also why, having that short rest was handy dandy because I was down to 26 and I am now up to a healthy 35, which is not a huge difference, but you never know.
Squishy,
True.
squishy sorcerer.
With
Squishy,
spellcasters,
squishy.
you need all the hit points you can get.
Seriously, going from a barbarian to this is so funny.
You cannot just be a damage sponge any longer.
yeah. I'm just over here like, so
Doc is-
how many hit points do your characters have? Mine has 22.
Gee, really?
38.
Like at max.
Why do you think that
38.
whenever she like takes damage, I'm like, well, Spella is almost dead.
Yeah, wizard HP be like that.
Well, that's gonna be real fun when we start
I
combat.
forget what the meme is.
You
where
say
it's
when?
Like, you hit a wizard, like a level 1 wizard with a 1d4 dagger. They're like, I've been murdered.
Effectively.
Well,
I mean, like, the
if someone stabbed me
idea...
in real life with a dagger,
I mean,
Good
yeah,
reminder, we have the Acme effect. We're level 5, so nobody forget that you have that if we're in dire straits.
Yeah,
Very
please
true.
just don't die. I mean, like, here's the thing. The idea of this plan is to cause a maximum chaos and minimum actual combat. Like, the idea is to not, like, cause
So was
any...
the last one,
Yeah,
Miss
I
Ice
know,
Knife.
but somebody had to cast Ice Knife!
I panicked.
Yeah, we know. We'll see. The seagulls might do the most damage. Those guys are kind of...
Yeah.
They get a bit...
All right, how many of the seagulls have ice knife?
That's a good question. How many of these seagulls have magic powers? We don't know. We're in Einquell. Anything can happen.
Anyway,
Are they all
Like,
CGI? Are they all
yeah.
CGI seagulls? And they're the Australian ones from Finding Nemo.
I need a
must be.
fucking air horn to
Mine.
get everyone's attention.
And then we all go, "Oh, what's that loud noise?"
Alright, so we've got everyone back from our rather extended break.
Kai's putting their hand over my mouth.
Alright, so, it's time to go get some seagulls.
Make
How do you
Kai's
guys go
home.
about doing that?
I mean, we've got to go down to the docks, obs.
Yeah,
but
you're already
you
there.
said, like, Ellie said it smelt of fish, so there must be fish cargo ships, and if I know anything about fishing, like, them seagulls do like a fish, so there will surely be a mass of seagulls near a fish-smelling boat.
Yeah, you can. Like, there are plenty of
do
seagulls.
like a fish.
There are plenty of seagulls scattered around. Most of them do seem to be more or less asleep or have just like nested somewhere for the night because again, it's 5 a.m. But because
Seagulls wake up at 5 a.m. and
Seagulls
walk on your
never
roof
sleep.
screaming.
yeah, all right, you can see they're just on the edge of starting to wake up and like,
These are the warm-up screams.
I have just thought of something.
oh god, no, I don't like that
Oh,
laugh.
good.
Well, you know what my favorite cantrip in the world is?
Prestidigitation.
Hell yeah, prestidigitation. You know what you can do with prestidigitation? You can
What?
make smells.
You can make
And
a
you know
bad
what?
smell.
You know what seagulls really like the smell of?
Fish!
Well, fish and chips is what I was thinking
Oh, okay.
specifically. French fries for those Americans out there. So yeah, he's going to waft up a delectable scent of fried food, everything that a seagull could wish for, emanating from the direction of said warehouse.
Okay.
Does
okay.
do the seagulls have to make will saves?
I don't
Seagulls
know, I
have
mean,
no
that's-
will, only hubris.
I was gonna say. It's Kai's decision, but never met a seagull that did have a will.
I will, however, get you to make me an animal handling check here. Not
my
like because even if you're not directly handling them, you're still kind of persuading them in a way, and it's animals. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
Oh boy, I have a plus nothing in that. I do still have the speak with animals if this all goes horribly wrong,
Yeah.
which it probably will. An 11. That's
Okay.
very passe.
All right, with that, you can tell that, like, you've got some of their attention. While there were only a handful of them awake before, there's a lot more of them with their heads kind of sticking up and looking around everywhere, wondering where the smell is coming from. And you got a couple of them that are looking towards the warehouse, but none are making real moves just yet.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. You know, I read a newspaper. You know that big building over there? I heard that they've just been hired out by a new, what do you call it, fast food service? And it's just heaps full of the stuff. It's just sitting in there. It's ridiculous. It'll all go off. I mean, it seems a shame that nobody wants to eat it.
Food? Food? Where food? How food? Inside, can't inside. No, food, inside.
I think your best shot is probably, I mean, the bigger the door, the more of you can fit in, right? So maybe if you tried attacking that really big pink-looking warehouse door, presumably it's pink. It's pink on the diagram. So
It's not
pink in
actually
real
pink,
life.
it's just like,
No, it's pink now.
Okay.
It probably looks pink to the seagulls because of their laser vision has just gone wing, and you're...
Okay, with this, you got an advantage. Give me another animal handling check here. No matter what, stuff's gonna happen. I just want to see how well it works.
Before we do that, are we just going to send a lot of seagulls running at a closed door? Because there is just enough time for one of us to do a whole ding dong ditch on a warehouse door.
Oh my god.
If we could coordinate that.
Or like even open the door. Doc, you're really good with machines. If it's one of those big
Just
scrolly
open, just
automated
shove
things.
the door. Oh yeah, and Doc was supposed to cast grease as well, right? So can you do those?
Yeah,
I was not supposed to wait to do that inside. I wasn't sure.
I mean,
Well, you need to get inside first. So like, if we can get the big door open, that'll give you a really wide shot.
Yeah, okay, let's get the door open. I'm gonna. Yeah.
May
I'm gonna try to open
I
the door.
argue rolling persuasion when it eventually comes to these seagulls? Because I have a plus in that.
Okay, because you're speaking to them, yeah, you can have persuasion this time round.
Hooray. Thank you very much.
be nice to us.
Yeah. Again, the world has not been nice to Mod, so I, as a DM, will concede a tiny bit.
I'm extremely grateful for this. Thank you.
Oh god, there's something that I've been a little bit thinking about, but I should have brought it up sooner.
Go on.
Like, is it possible for Fran to, like, I don't know, be like, oh, hey, I'm here to start moving out some of the shipping containers so that they open the door for someone
Yeah.
to get in.
If you want to get there before Doc does, then yeah, you absolutely. You're just gonna need to roll deception.
Eh,
Ooh. Okay. Basically, it comes down to which of the two of you has the biggest plus to the various skills.
Fran has a +5 than deception.
Yeah,
nice.
that's not bad.
If it's to do like, what would the check be for? What would I be doing? Would I be needing to like pick the lock? Or
Okay, for the
would I need to
really
be
big
just-
door, it's kind of like a rolling shutter. There's no actual lock on the outside.
Ooh, just
So
strength?
you would need to just blast your way through it somehow if you're going at it from the outside. However, you know how mechanical shit works. You know that from the inside there's no doubt like a chain pull or something that would open it easily.
Okay.
So what?
Yeah,
You could
I
do
mean, I'm
it
not-
like a. Sorry, you could do it like a double inside job, like you're Fran's representative, and you look official and also kind of mad sciencey. So
Sure,
I don't know about
would,
official.
would that give us an advantage, Kai?
You both have to roll deception in that case.
Oh dear.
it was just an idea.
All right.
You don't have to do it.
No, I mean, I think Doc. I don't know. I'm proficient. No, I'm proficient in deception. So yeah, I got a decent. My strength is garbage. I'm not going to be able to pull it open.
Cool,
Double
sounds
con.
good.
Alright, so you guys march up to the single goon hanging around outside at this very front door. He's kind of just like leaning against there, arms crossed, like shifty eyes looking around, and kind of like look onto you two as you get closer. And he doesn't say anything, just stares.
Hey, bud. I here to pick up the latest shipment.
Don't know nothing about no shipment.
I mean, I've got it right here on my schedule, so I don't know if your boss is just like dropping the ball or whatever, but I do need to get in there.
Yeah, this is kind of time sensitive. I'm supposed to monitor. I'm supposed to look into the quality of the shipment. There's a whole big thing happening. I need to do some tests. It's not. You need to let us in now. This could go bad if you don't.
Roll me deception.
I mean, technically, things could go bad if you don't let us in. Technically true. Technically completely
Let
true.
me.
Dirty 20! And an 8. Okay.
I can't roll.
I'm so sorry, Doc. Okay.
You do have the flashback option. I'm just saying.
Do you want to use that?
Oh, should I use it?
I mean, if there was a point at which to use it, then yes.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Doc's gonna use. Okay, let's do a flashback.
Oh,
Um,
who has an insp?
Mod does.
I'm not sure if I do. I feel like that may be from the game that never happened.
Okay, yeah, quite possibly.
So
but
I'm just
no,
going to
we know-
delete it from my.
Yeah, we
thing.
know
It's
that
confusing.
Yuni has an inspiration, like the birthday inspiration point. So, like, if you wanted,
Yes.
you could pass that on to Doc. Otherwise, like, the flashback mechanic's still pretty good.
Yeah,
If it helps,
I'd
we
be
can
willing to
send in some of
donate the inspiration to
mean-
make sure that this is successful.
I can use my flashback if you want. I don't want to take your inspiration if I don't
A
have to.
flashback is a less limited resource.
Yeah,
If it helps,
I'll use a
we can-
flashback.
We can send in
Alright.
someone else to help.
Are you sure that
The
Spella
more
would
people
help?
that I think flooding
Yeah, I
this
think the
would
fewer people that
potentially-
the fewer people who show up here, the better. I think.
Also, as DM, I'm just going to push this on. Let's go with the flashback, because I love you all. This game is starting to draw out a little bit long.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so Doc likes to make things, and in order to make things, she needs a lot of rare, weird ingredients that she shouldn't really have. And the way that she's gotten that over the years, a lot of the time, has just been coming up to someone with a clipboard and acting like she's important and she needs to be let in, and just totally blustering her way through it. She's done this again and again. She's stolen explosives, gunpowder. A lot of people have cottoned on to it, but she's hoping this guy isn't so bright that he'd know.
We love
so that's
Doc
what that-
Acne.
We do.
Doc is a hero.
So that's what Doc is flashing back to right now. Her history of just conning people out of her materials.
I
So,
love this. I love this. Okay, yep, you
believe
definitely get to roll again there. Please go higher. Please. Yes! Another dirty 20!
Yeah, dirty 20!
Oh! The dice gods have blessed us on this day. Alright, so the guy kind of squints at you for a little bit. He's kind of like, because he's about to start on another one of those, like, don't know nothing about no shipment. But then he kind of looks, and he looks down at the clipboard in your hand, and he looks at kind of like how big Fran is, because, like, Fran, you're basically the same size as this guy, and he's like, no, you do look like something to pick up, something heavy, and you do look kind of official, and, like, there wasn't anything about a shipment, but, and he opens the door for a second to just kind of yell in and go, hey, Bob, is there anything about a shipment? No? You ask the boss, he's busy. No. Should we let them in? Who are they? They're about a shipment.
I have heard real conversations like this. It's amazing.
So he's just kind of like, Bob, you'll turn on the door. And you guys actually, and he does let you in, and you see like another one of the guards kind of hulking past and comes comes and stands in front of the door where this first guy was originally, and now you have this guy, you have the first guy you were talking to trailing behind you as you go to inspect the shipment of whatever the fuck it is you're looking for.
Seagull time. Seagull time. Seagull time.
A big question, what is Spella doing at this moment? Because, like, are you with Vince going around to the other window eventually, sneaky? Or,
That's
like,
what
I don't know where Spella is in this plan.
I mean, that is what I imagined, because Speller is the one with sleep, and also, yes, ice knife, which might actually be useful in this particular situation.
Okay,
I
cool.
wink at you,
Vin ignores this.
and I wiggle my fingers.
It's like he's still mentally deducting points from
Hey,
that
that
bonus.
wasn't rude. That was just funny.
Okay, I mean, we can go back to plan Greasy Seagull if you want.
Operation Greasy Seagull. Can we
So what
have
am I doing
named
here?
it
I will
that?
say what Fran is probably going to try and do is, like, their plan is not so much to stall as to distract enough to get the door open. So her hope is, like, there will be a forklift in there somewhere, and they'll be like, all right, yep, this is the one. Let's open up this big door so that we can take this shipment out.
Alright, as I said before, you guys do get a little bit of a look around. You'll have to roll perception if you want, like, very deep specifics, but you guys see massive long chunks of wood, like, packed up to about 10 feet tall. Just huge long chunks of it stretching out to the warehouse, and you can kind of see there's more a bit further on, but there's not more than that. And then there are 2 more of the goons just hanging around, as well as the one standing next to you. So
Fred is just like, oh, this is high quality stuff. You could
Yeah.
build oh my god. I would love to. Oh god. Been saving up for some really good lumber. You guys know what business this is for? I'll get in touch with them. I'll get in touch. She's going into shipwright nerd mode.
Oh, bless.
That's so good. Like, I will tell you, it is good quality timber.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I will say there's not a... Actually, you know what? We've got fucking animated cars in this universe. Yes, there are forklifts. You guys can have forklifts.
But they have to be animated forklifts.
Yeah. The
And it's like a literal fork, like a giant bent metal fork.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
They're probably just waking up from their day because they've been sleeping all night as well.
Sentient forklifts.
I'm
glad
glad
we've
in the corner there.
I'm glad we've established this working force.
All right.
You get
Next
Support
step,
world
unionize the
building.
forklift crop.
There's
I'm
only
not
2
even
of them.
joking.
I'm not
You only
sure.
need 2 people for a union.
Okay. Can I get I do just want like a little bit of exposition as to like what you're doing, Doc, and also Fran, the excuse that you're using to go and open up the big doors and everything, or if you're telling someone else to open up the big doors.
I think
yes,
Doc.
just like go ahead, Doc.
It's okay. I think Doc is just kind of like looking at things, making notes on her board, and just making like noises, and then at some point she just points in a random section of the wood and says, "Oh yeah, we're gonna need to get that outside. I need to look at that. Oh yeah, that's not good."
She's actually playing Hangman.
I love this.
And friend just goes, "All right, let's get these outside so that we can get out of your hair."
Just do it. Don't wait for people to say yes. You just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm gonna need a very low-level strength check from you, Fran. So just like as you are pulling on the chain to get this big door open.
It will be extremely funny if they failed. Like, I don't want them to, but it would be funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, I mean, that's a 2 + 5.
Maybe I should just stop talking.
Yes, just maybe.
Yep. How about I just go ahead and use my inspiration point there?
Yeah, okay, you can if you want, yeah. Alright, with your new nat 20. Yeah, it barely takes like one hand to just give a slight tug on the chain and the rolling door just slides straight upwards, and there is now this absolutely massive, and when I say massive, I mean going from the layout that I did, that's 60 feet wide and about 30 feet tall, opening into this warehouse now.
I thought you were going to say 60 feet of seagulls.
Well,
I mean,
let's
let's
have
see if
that.
we can get that many, huh?
Alibi, your opening has arrived.
Oh boy, I mean, have you ever seen Trafalgar Square? Anyway, let's see what happens. So I'm going to try and persuade these seagulls that this is their chance. Oh god, that's terrible. Wow, okay,
Alright, you've
okay,
got...
I think it's flashback time at
Okay,
least.
yeah,
I'm gonna
please.
try and do that. Okay, so Delta was definitely, this is definitely a surprise to everybody, a bit of a shit growing up. He was-
What?
Never would have guessed.
Really?
That's it. Well, I mean, to be fair, his cousin always started it. Naldo always started it. It was never his fault first, never, ever, ever. But they were constantly playing pranks on each other, and
Vaguely in
yeah.
the distance, you hear Naldo quacking angrily.
What was that? It was in Japanese. I couldn't understand it. So
This was before he made the agreement, so it's English quacking.
is it? Oh well. Anyway, I don't know what the timeline is anymore. I'm so lost. But yeah, there were definitely shenanigans that involved, let's just say, laxatives, breadcrumbs, and a lot of pigeons.
Oh,
So-
boy.
No.
Oh, boy.
He's definitely summoning that kind of chaotic energy. And like, if this doesn't work, I have one other ploy. So like, yeah, he's just like desperately sort of like flapping them towards the go forth, my brethren.
Fly, my pretties, fly!
They've established a sense of camaraderie with the seagulls. Oh, jeez.
I mean,
Oh my
15 isn't
goodness.
great.
I mean, 15 for seagulls, 15 is enough.
You think so?
Convincing seagulls to go after the smell of fried food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, that's very, very forgiving. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I stand there like the boy in Free Willy, but instead of a giant whale over my head, there is a giant cloud of seagulls who are hopefully going to go and dive bomb the warehouse.
Do they all like sort of swirl around your head and form the shape of one giant seagull there before
Yeah,
diving
the
towards
music of the Flight of the Valkyries swells. And lo, the cloud cometh over the horizon. Please, Kai, you can take it from here.
This Foley work is astounding. Okay, guys, please.
Okay, Fran, Doc, you have, I'm gonna say, like, we're not actually going into initiative, but you have the equivalent of, like, 1 round of action / movement to do what you've got to do here and then get the peck out, or you're getting seagull swarmed too.
I would also like to just retcon a tiny thing. We wouldn't have told Ellie exactly any details, but would have told her to expect a lot of noise soon, just so that the child doesn't freak out.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'm just gonna say that we did tell this. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, Fran is going to do her best to get that door open and then get out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know at what point Doc wants to cast grease, but maybe soon. Maybe soon.
Yeah. All right. So Fran, you would have been like right next to the door, so you can basically just use your movement to dive the fuck out of there. But so Doc, it's all up to you.
So the seagulls are coming in through the massive door, so people are probably going to be trying to get out through the other door, huh?
They haven't quite noticed they have noticed, but so far they've only just gotten to the chance to like turn their heads with this look of fear as this absolutely massive swarm of seagulls comes towards them. They haven't had the chance to escape yet.
I will say, if they're trying to leave, that's fine. The important thing is that they aren't in the building while we're trying to get the kid out. What's better, like, I won't tell you how to do your own thing, but I imagine it would be more efficient if the grease was in front of the grate so that they cannot close it and get the seagulls back out.
Yeah, we also don't want them to be able to loop around to the right-hand side of the building once they figure out what's going on over there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'll put it in front of the big door then. That's fine.
All right. How big does grease spread?
That's the other thing. It's only a 10-foot square. But...
Yeah, because again, I said that was 60 feet. Like, I reckon, do you want to maybe put it directly in front of, like, where the chain is, so that they can't really get to the... Alright.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just...
Fantastic. Okay.
Sort of a
mental
nozzle
image
comes out
of
of her
this.
sleeve and...
Just get a can of oil and just upend it.
Yeah.
Magic!
Alright. So you have successfully greased the floor right in front of the chain, so directly where Fran was standing up until like 2 seconds ago. You still have a very short amount of time before these seagulls are going to be on top of you as well.
Do you want to like set any bombs or anything? Do you want to like go off piste?
Running low on actual things that she has, so she's just going to get out.
Yep, nope, that's fair.
Quit when you're ahead.
Alright, Doc's gotten the fuck out of there. Fran's gotten the fuck out of there. The seagulls are getting the fuck in there. And these guards have all of 0.3 seconds before this giant swarm of seagulls are and just descends on top of them, pecking the fuck out of them, because they're people. People have food. People are obviously storing food. They can smell the food. They can tell the food is coming from here. Food. And so you've got...
And here's the thing. Given what working on the docks is like, they might not even realize anything weird is happening. This is just being in close proximity with seagulls.
Yeah. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna actually make them do a fucking wisdom save. Which, they've got a +0
Oh no. I
think Alibi may have to hide very soon in case they come
this.
back for vengeance.
Oh, that's an 18 on their whiz save, and I was going to make it collective either way, which means they know that there is some fuckery afoot. They can also smell the fried food smell that Alibi has caused.
Yeah, but does it get them out the building?
It doesn't, because they're being swarmed by seagulls at this precise moment in time.
Well, that's still a distraction. That will still do.
So, yeah, what do you guys want to do next?
I mean, I think that's the cue for Vin to try and break open the window and for to bring Spella in as backup. Yes?
Yeah, if you
I'm
want
trying to remember what I have.
So.
I mean, like 2 seconds, anybody with a more functioning brain than me, is there anything that we could probably immediately go wrong or that we should do before trying to open this window?
Has that ever worried us before?
No, good, no, valid, fair.
Spella just kind of Actually, she doesn't do anything. She's just sitting there with Vincent waiting for him to give the go-ahead. Because she's being a team player.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Team player with wings, which could be very useful.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
but
one
she has
thing that
to
I will do.
wait.
One thing that I will do is ask Ellie if there's anybody still in the room with her.
You don't get a response.
Okay, cool, we're opening that window, regardless of
Yep.
whatever the answer is. That's a +6, yes?
For thieves'
Thieves'
tools.
tools. I've got Thieves' tools as a +6.
Yeah, okay, you can try and lockpick the window.
I don't like how casual you're being with this. 23.
Okay, yeah, well done. You've opened the window.
I open the window, I go inside. I do not check for traps.
Spell is still outside the window keeping watch.
Pardon me for a moment. That's a +4.
What's the +4?
So the good news is, Vin, because of the way that you drop down as you are entering this window, you just managed to dodge the whoosh that goes over your head as a thug's fist sweeps over the top
Spella!
and then collides with the window frame, shattering any glass that was left in there.
Ice knife! Ice knife!
Spella flies up and says, "Are you sure?"
I am being punched, I am very sure!
But you're really close and ice knives explode.
This I did not know. I think we've probably run out of time, right?
Yep, because that was more than like your 6 seconds that you get out of combat.
Well,
and you guys
okay,
hear
it's
the
up-
yelling of the guys. It's like, boss, we're coming through the window like you said. And yeah, you guys can just hear the of feet coming near and storming through this.
Oh, good!
And
Look,
Vin,
did you want her to use ice knife and then you have to deal with the fact that he's taken like fucking D10 of ice explosion damage?
I'm going to leave this entirely up to what you think Spella would do.
Okay, so
Because we have no more chance to communicate any information. There is the potential for something to go wrong in an interesting way.
okay, Spella is going to cast Thunderwave.
Well, Spella, where are you actually standing at the moment?
She's at the window that Vince just went in through. So Vince is being held by a goon, and more goons are coming in. So she's gonna cast Thunderwave at 2nd level, which a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Every creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, I'm gonna say you only just managed to get them, considering where you're standing, because like you can't exactly see them quite where they are in the building. They're only just on the edge of the radius.
What
for
is
that.
a 6-year-old's constitution, Kai?
Good news.
The
Ellie's not in there.
6-year-old
I
is
hate
in a
you.
shipping container.
All right, Constitution. 1 moment. I got a +2 to that, and I need to roll it 3 times. D20. You know what? I'm just gonna. Which would be a 16, a 4, and a 16. Do those save?
Oh, I've got to do one too.
Okay, so the save is Con 14.
Okay, so the 2 16s managed to save. One of the goons does not, and Vincent does not.
Hooray!
Oh.
What was
Can
the
we
effect
say
again?
it's the goon that's holding Vincent because they're the closest?
Technically, going from the order of how it rolled, it's goon number 2, so it's actually the one that came in the door next.
Why are
Sorry.
you being so mean? Also,
Can I be a geek and ask if, like, I seem to recall that Spella is an evocation wizard. Can she make...
Yeah,
sure.
she can in
Vincent
fact spell
exempt?
shape.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
that would be super useful.
So you managed to shape it around Vin. Always good.
Oh, thank God.
I remembered something useful. Yay!
Thank you. So, I'm gonna do... Okay, it is... Let's take a look here. Because I'm using it at 2nd level, it is 3d8. And then you take half of it if you succeeded, and you take all of it if you didn't.
Okay.
So that's an 11. So whoever got blammed in the face is now down 11 points, and
Alright.
the other 2 are down 6.
Yeah, it would be 6. Let me do a little bit of maths.
Everybody's favorite part of D&D.
All right. I think this is the point where, yeah. So
Also, the one who's in the doorway ends up is pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay, so the guy that you hit the hardest goes, like, slamming backwards against the far wall of the office there. Vin, you are still being held by... I'm gonna say, actually, you get dropped from the guy that managed to grab onto your arm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because, like, other than we'd have to,
We'd not
like,
do
try and work out what a grapple, and I don't want to do that.
We're not doing fucking grapple. You just say, like, he grabbed onto your arm, took damage, and even though, like, it wasn't the main damage, just like, oh, ow, ugh, and manages to drop you for a second.
Also, the Thunderwave manages to lift and push away things that are not secured down that aren't people.
Well, there goes the office desk. And with this all going on, this is going to be the point where everyone except Fran, I'm sorry Fran, you never got one of the pebbles of fast speech. But everyone else hears a voice going, "Ah, yes, I'm guessing you're the one that's here for this one, aren't you? Felix, Charlie, TC, whatever name he's going by."
Vin is just...
Oh, no, I'm here for my niece. Fuck you.
And who might you be? Because this isn't a voice I recognize.
My name is Susan Donim.
Well...
And you have stolen my niece, whom I left with a babysitter, and I'm very, very pissed.
Well, Susan, I've got to say, you really pick the worst choice in babysitters. And it's gonna cost you a bit more than the pocket change it normally would. Say, the 3,000 gold plus interest that this guy owes me.
Alright,
And
Alright, for one thing, you're stupid. For the second thing, I was prepared to offer you a gold bar, but now I just want to stab you.
that will do as a down payment. And this is the point I am actually going to just pause for a second because, alright, the rest of you don't know what the fuck's going on here. However, Vincent recognizes that voice.
Oh no.
This is a voice that... it was from a while back, like a year and a handful of months ago. It's from a while back, but he's good with remembering people.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of part of his job, and he's fairly sure he remembers this guy as part of a job. More precisely, a mark from a year and a half ago.
Oh, we are
that,
in so much shit.
That specifically...
Whoever you are, I give you the gold bar, and I will come and help you take down this babysitter. Because I don't care,
let
he
Kai
has already
finish their
lost my
exposition.
niece.
Ow, I fucking love you, but shut up. I wasn't done.
Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, what I was trying to finish off was Vin recognizes this voice as a mark as someone that he conned like a year and a half ago. Specifically a year and a half ago, because it was a year and a half ago that things went really fucking south for Charlie, who was kind of the front man of that con, the one that this guy had been talking to throughout the whole of it, and who, after they had stolen the 3,000 gold, he kind of tracked Charlie down and threatened him, and Charlie kind of had to vamoose out of Toontown for a whole fucking year of his life, and didn't get to see his boyfriend, and didn't get to see his daughter, and got to go on a bunch of really fun adventures. But also it's because he literally could not step foot back at home for fear of this guy coming after him. And they
Gee, I wonder what that feels like.
yeah. And they figured, okay, maybe things have calmed down now after a year that he can come back and it'll be alright. And
No, it's not.
no.
It's not.
So, this Orson Jones is the one that is on the comms. And Spella is threatening him, I think it was.
No, she's at this point she's negotiating with him. She says, I
That's
do really want to
negotiating?
stab you, but also I recognize that you are a businessman. And so what if I give you this gold bar as proof of my goodwill, and I help you find this whoever has been bothering you, and we kill him?
Does anyone else want to chip in here before this guy replies? Because again, Everyone but Fran is also in on this conversation.
I mean,
Alibi is just like paralyzed with what the hell are you doing? He's not saying anything.
No, I mean, pretty much the same, like, Vin would normally intrude in this situation. Spella also seems to be, being the one putting herself in harm's way. Self-preservation is kind of kicking in here. He does not want to bring any particular attention to himself as somebody who, is to be picked up on. And unless Spella, says something incredibly stupid that is going to get Ellie or Charlie hurt, then
it's all on Spella's shoulders. Alright, in that case, Susan, I'm guessing you're nearby, aren't you?
I'm actually up in the window that just exploded. I'm very sorry about that, by the way. I brought someone with me just as backup to make sure that we could possibly, not get killed if there was someone here who wasn't as reasonable as you. And they attempted to, punch him. So I kind of used a little magic, and I'm very sorry about your desk. I can also pay for that. But if you simply come up the stairs, I'm right here, and we can make eye-to-eye contact.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, yeah, why?
There aren't actually any stairs, but I think actually at this point, you don't hear it over the earpiece, but you do kind of hear it ringing through the warehouse again, you've got seagulls going off in the background here, and it's just you hear this, boys, bring her here. And one of the goons just reaches through the window, because they could hear you talking, reaches through the broken window, grabs you by the neck, and yoink! Spella.
Excuse me, I can walk.
You squeak like a squeaky toy.
She gently smacks him on the arm like, put me down, I am a lady.
Alright, he does, I'm gonna say, you get kind of brought out of the office here, and he hasn't put you down, but when you come across this rather short-looking man in a bowler hat, who, okay, the goons looked pretty shifty and shady, this guy absolutely takes the cake with the whole looking shifty as fuck.
The personification
Hello,
of the spell
darling.
Grease.
Pretty much. And he was like, oh, come now, boys. She's a lady, as she said. Put her down. And they do. And then still give you a shove forward anyway. And you are face to face with this guy. And can I get a perception roll, please?
Sure, hang on a second. Because I'm not in the game zone right now. And also I have to check what my perception is.
Ow!
Oh, it's +4.
Okay.
Are Fran and Doc just still
That's a nat
causing
20.
chaos? Oh
I
my
mean,
God, that's a
presumably
nat
they're
20.
just... Oh, very good.
Okay.
Presumably, Fran and Doc are just sort of getting out of there.
Yeah. Fran is trying to. I don't know if they set up a rendezvous or something.
I mean,
but
I think...
as far as Fran knows, things are going according to plan.
I think, yes, I think there would have been a rendezvous. I don't know whether it would have been, Fran's place or, somewhere sort of nearby. There would have been a point for, meeting up.
Oh, and, Alibi's still hanging around out there, too, anyway.
Oh no, Alibi's headed to the rendezvous point. As soon as he let the seagulls go forth, he was getting out there in case they turned around because they figured out there was no food.
For the best. For the best. You have been marked a liar by the seagulls, and this shall follow you.
The seagulls will remember this.
Yeah, may need another disguise.
Anyway, alright, yeah, so you guys can just get out of there for the rendezvous again. Alibi and Doc, you are listening into whatever conversation was going on over the earpieces, which isn't anymore. You guys get diddly squat from here on out because Vin gets dragged in a little bit behind Spella.
Oh, do I not get a chance to sort of
No,
sneak
you
away?
don't,
No,
sorry.
okay, fine. Okay, cool. Vin's going to continue to pretend to be Spella's hired hand.
Yeah,
That is
so-
the situation that we are in.
I am deeply sorry,
Yeah.
but you have split the party, which means means only two of you actually get to know what the fuck's going on here.
Oh, good.
Man.
Excuse me, can you... Yes, please don't rough up my boy toy too much. I need him later.
Oh my god.
I can't deal with this. Also, I'm sorry, like, Samaranth kept trying to say something. Was there something you wanted to say?
I mean, Doc was considering just sort of running around to the window because she wasn't sure she wanted to leave those two alone, but it makes more sense to go to the rendezvous. It's fine.
Yeah, things had gone too south, and he was too far away for Alibi to even consider growing a spine at this point. So bye.
Sorry.
And no one is communicating with Fran about what's happening, so she wouldn't know to go check.
Doc will explain to Fran what's going on.
Thank you, Doc.
Fred.
Alright, so going back to that fucking nat 20 on that perception check, Speller, you get a bit of a look, and while most of the warehouse has been kept reasonably dark overnight and everything, there you do kind of notice behind this guy, that there is like one very bright lamp lit in this one little corner where the shelving ends a little bit too soon, and like if you look on the map you can see exactly where it is. On the far right hand side at the bottom there's that little gap there, and in that little gap you see two more goons standing along with the three like behind you guys. You see this Oswald Jones like trying to loom menacingly when he's only about like 3 foot tall. And you see Charlie tied to a chair, beaten to hell and back. Like, he's a worn, and like, it's definitely kind of a little bit edgy as to kind of where past the watermark he gets to land, considering the amount of swearing he does, but also like rolling. But at the same time, that's blood. That's you could definitely those grazes are definitely a lot of blood there. That's a split lip.
The narrative requires pain.
Exactly. And next to that, onto the floor, also tied up and with a bit of duct tape over her mouth, is Ellie. Thankfully, she does look unscathed, but she also looks terrified as fuck.
Okay, if we're going through the in this situation, do I have to roll any kind of deception thing? Not to look absolutely outright horrified.
Yes. You have advantage though because
Do I have advantage? Because
okay, no, that's true. You do not have advantage. I will also say, like, as Jay's rolling that, the guy does kind of Jones looks around and kind of does get to see Speller's boy toy, and it's just like, Thorn, wasn't it? Nathaniel? Oh, I don't remember what name you really used there. Don't really care. Just know that you were in on it too, and if you were in it, and he's in on it, you're in on it too, aren't you, lady?
Excuse me? This man came running up to me in an absolute panic, and he says, I really, really need some money. And I'm like, well, I really need my niece back. And he's like, well, I'm actually dating your babysitter, so I brought him anyway, and it seems like it's a very poor decision on my part.
Missy, I've got to say, no part of your story is adding up here. But, hey, you promised me a gold bar, so let's see the down payment, and we'll get to the rest of the gold later, shall we?
I would like to see the child first. I mean, you can keep the cat. I want the child.
Alright, and Jones nods at one of his goons, who quickly unties the child, does not rip the masking tape off her mouth, but just kind of like unties her enough so she's no longer stuck to the floor, picks her up and shoves her towards you, Speller.
Spella opens up her arms and catches Ellie. She's not exactly sure how heavy Ellie is supposed to be because she's never really interacted with a child before, so she kind of overcompensates and ends up just kind of clapping her between her arms and holding her.
Yeah, no, that will do.
It works.
Okay, 18, that's fine.
Alright, yeah, with an 18, Vin, you managed to successfully hide your horror. However, Speller has kind of just told them everything anyway.
Okay, good, fine. I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use that 18 to not immediately try to take Ellie away from Speller. Just because,
Spella, in a really good approximation of maternal, auntenal, I don't know what you'd call it, affection, just gently sweeps her hands around Ellie's cheek and takes off the duct tape very quickly.
Ellie does not speak, like, she's, like, gasps with breath because, yes, she can, like, breathe properly again, cause, like, no, it's really hard to breathe through a nose that's kind of all blocked up from tears and such.
I'm very upset by this, by the way.
It's okay. She is
Oh,
okay.
everybody is.
Again, I would like to reiterate,
Darling.
she is unharmed. But,
Are you alright?
she gives, like, the most tiniest of nods, and her eyes kind of keep flicking over to Vincent, obviously wanting to go over to him, but also, nope, this is work-related, and therefore she needs to do whatever's going on.
And she says, alright, you've got all your fingers, all your toes, we're alright, it's okay. Don't worry, you are going to be absolutely fine. Now, here we go, and she gently tucks her behind her and does the bird thing where she spreads out her wings to, like, cover her.
Oh, yes, good.
And she reaches into she reaches to her side and pulls out her book and flips it open. It's gold leaf pages wink prettily in the one lamp, and she pulls out the gold bar and she holds it up and she says, "You wanted this?"
Not many more, but it's a good start.
Again, I sincerely only want the child. Would killing the cat make up for the rest?
Spella.
What?
I'd much rather have the gold that they owe me, and I reckon if you're able to get your hands on this, I should be able to get the hands on the rest, and if not you, then maybe maybe other people, and you can just feel the 3 goons that were standing behind you guys just take a menacing step closer.
Now, listen, she really has absolutely nothing to do with this. Sorry. My brain is a little
Sorry,
broken.
he's a bit of a himbo.
That absolute death glare you get.
That would require for him to be hot.
He's a bit of a himbo, and I do not have more gold on me at the moment, but I can in fact get you more gold in the future, as long as you know, don't hurt me
Thing
or
is,
my child.
the whole can get me more gold in the future. That's what they said. Like, kind of flicks his head back towards Charlie and then towards Vincent. And then they did.
Either you believe me, or she then oh my gosh, she uses prestidigitation real quick to hang on, you can create a sensory effect, like just like a few musical notes or like
Yeah.
basically she makes the sound of someone running for the door off to the side, and oh, that's my backup now. And while everyone is looking at the door, Spella picks up Ellie and fucking flies out the window.
Yeah, I was just like,
I just want to point out, okay, like, that's good. The goons are distracted. You will have advantage here because you have got people distracted. There are no windows nearby you. You are in a narrow corridor, just surrounded by shelves that go all the way up to about, like, 60 feet to
and
the
also
ceiling.
so many seagulls.
Yeah.
The
seagulls are on the other side of the warehouse.
Hey, Thunderclap should have cleared out the seagulls.
Again, other side of the warehouse, like, completely other side of the warehouse. I want to point out, this warehouse is, 270 feet wide? This thing's fucking huge.
Okay, so Spella has the kidlet and is holding her very tightly as she flies. Are there any exits?
Closest exit that you know of is back through the office, through the window that you came in. There was also, like, a door leading to the outside there as well. The closest exit that is completely wide open and doesn't involve doors would be on the other side of the warehouse through the giant shutter where the seagulls came in.
Okay, so for the giant shutter, how far away is it?
Let me fucking count. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, we can probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's 9 times 30? That's 270. So
No, that's fine. Is Spella's flight speed is 30 feet per second. So
yeah, it's gonna take you 9 moves to get there. Sorry.
no, like 30. Like, hang on, 30 feet per second. Shouldn't that mean I can go 180 feet per move?
Wait, is it 30 feet per second or 30 feet per round?
I don't remember.
It's per round.
Yeah, it's
generally
definitely per round.
But it is if you're not doing anything else but moving, like you can turn into a dash, and so double that.
So
Oh, hang on. Flying speed, 50 feet.
okay.
Yeah, that sounds better. I
That
was like,
sounds- yeah.
it's like 100 feet if you're dashing in a round, so like every 6 seconds, you can do that
Okay.
if you're just booking it.
So, can we say that Spella picks up baby and immediately flies at top speed directly towards that shutter?
Absolutely, yeah. You can definitely get there a lot faster than a lot of the others. I will just give me a strength roll to make sure you can actually pick up Ellie.
How heavy is she? But
She's
fine.
only small, but also
Solid
you are a bird.
bones.
I am a bird, but I've carried fucking, well, Alibi is also a bird. Hang on. Strength is, I have a +0 to that, so.
I am just
This
going
is
to give you
straight
guys
D20.
an updated map of where everyone is. Oh, that's an
God
8.
damn
Well
it.
done.
Hold on. Do I have any inspiration points? I don't fucking remember.
I don't think you did, no.
Hold on.
And
Uh,
Yuni's already used hers.
Let's see. Can I, because I caused a distraction, can I get advantage?
I did say that before. I don't think this necessarily should apply to strength, but you know what? I want to move on here, so yes.
Thank you.
Okay, 12 ain't much better. I'm going to actually say you are at reduced speed here. So you're only actually making it, like 30 feet per round, rather than the full 50. Because, like, okay, this... On the one hand, you've picked up people before, and you've had a reasonably easy time of it when you were picking up, like, Doc and Alibi in the last thing. Problem is, they're toons, so they can run on toon logic. You're dealing with, like, an actual real kind human child here, and even if she's only 6, she's heavier than she looks, so... Okay.
Yeah, so Spella's mostly concentrating on trying to hold her.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, if you are using both, like, your, movement and your dash with this, you can basically get back to the end, like, the top part of that row of red shelves there, and then go straight to the left, and you will get to basically just almost the middle row of shelves as you're going, and people are kind of going to start chasing after you now. I think we are we? Sorry, were you going to do something?
I mean, it's like, are you wrapping up the game just because?
No, I don't want to when we're in the middle of a chase
Okay,
scene.
because I also have something to ask. If we're entering, time, like, who does the distraction apply to? Like, is everybody?
Everyone's kind of
Gotta s-
looking for where the footsteps went, so...
Okay, I would like to try and cast Charm Person on Jones.
Cool, you're gonna be at disadvantage there, or he's gonna be at advantage because he fucking hates you, mate.
That's true, but that's not a mechanical thing. That doesn't say that. It doesn't say that I get a specific.
If you or your companions are fighting it.
Huh?
If you or your companions are fighting
We're not fighting though, because we haven't rolled initiative. Stop trying to make things worse. I want
Okay,
to.
consider, I'm the fucking DM.
Please, come on, let me cast it. Let me
Okay.
cast it
Oh,
normally, and then
fine,
if it...
fucking fine.
Sorry.
What do I have to roll here?
A wisdom saving throw.
Okay, cool.
It lasts for an hour. 1d20. I know this.
Oh, you don't have to do a spellcasting roll. I just have to resist it, don't I?
I don't actually know. Does anybody know how this works?
Yeah, I must make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I have to roll to resist.
So that's a 15. Your spellcasting save is 13.
Oh, well.
He knows that you just tried to charm him.
Yeah, cool. Vince just kind of grin and shrug and like, had to try.
And like the guy just kind of gives you a smile. It's not a friendly smile.
No, I've seen smiles like that on sharks.
Yep, and again, I don't want to get into full-on initiative here because A, there's lots of them and there's only like 2 of you here. Vin, you get ganged up on by like 3 goons at once as they all just kind of dogpile on top of you.
Thanks.
Spella, you guys you have, that's gonna say, as this is going on, you've made it to the seagull debacle. Can I get a dex saving throw as you're trying to fly through that, please?
Okay, hang on a sec. Dexterity is +3, so let's go with... That's 11.
Alright, I'm gonna say you are forced to the ground here as these seagulls start attacking you as well, because look, you're another person, they couldn't find food on these 3, but they saw you from coming from deeper in the thing, so maybe you've got food, so they're pecking like you. They're pecking at Ellie, so you've got Ellie just going, "Aah!" and waving her hands up about like, everywhere trying to get these seagulls off. You can keep moving to get out of there if you want, though.
Okay, so, Spella's gonna cast sleep on these fucking seagulls.
Oh, now she casts.
Yeah.
The birds didn't do anything wrong.
God,
Knife the
how
seagulls.
How many fucking hit points do I'm gonna say, like, a seagull has, like, 2 hit points? 2 hit points. So, roll.
Okay, so first is... How many of these things do I roll?
It's 5d8, right?
I don't know.
I think
it
it's
should say in your
5d8.
thing.
It doesn't say. Spell... Oh, 5d8. It is 5d8. I'm very smart.
Thank you, Jay.
That's alright.
Okay, you have successfully managed to knock out 13 seagulls out of this swarm of, like, around 40. I'm gonna say that's enough that you've knocked out all the ones that are right next to you, so the ones that are left are mostly still attacking those 3 goons that just have not been able to get away. They're having a real bad time. So yeah, you can just get out of there with Ellie now if you want, and you can retreat to the safe house and regroup with everyone else if you wish.
Just leave, please, just leave.
Yeah, Spella has wrapped her wings around Ellie's face to prevent any more, and is running with her, and just says, all right, 1, 2, 1, 2, keep up, all right, good job, and she's succeeded in her only goal in this whole thing. It wasn't to help Charlie, it was to get the child out of danger.
Yeah,
Hence the whole.
That when you said like... Charlie could die.
Yeah, just like she had one mission, and Charlie and Vince have both stressed that Ellie is more important to them than like anything else.
Yep.
So she's like, "All right, I'll get the Ellie out."
Yep. All right. Well then.
The thing is that Vin is entirely kind of on board with this. Like he could have done without the whole "oh yeah, you can kill Charlie" thing. But here's the thing: that is relatively convincing, so you know he's on board with this.
You made the right choice.
You, as far as he's concerned, you made objectively the right choice and the right decision.
Right. So, Auntie Spella, you can safely get back to, let's say everyone has regrouped back in Fran's room, back in the tavern. You get there. You're looking pretty disheveled after the seagull attack. But you are safe and Ellie is safe and Ellie is crying. She's been very silent this entire time as she holds your hands and you guys just run through the docks. And yeah, Doc, Alibi, Fran, well done. You rescued the kid. Got the kid back. Vin's missing.
We lost Vin. We lost Vin. We lost.
Not a great exchange, frankly.
I mean,
that was good because the child was safe. That was could have gone better.
Okay, Ellie's safe, and that's great. And now we just need to get Charlie and Vin back, which is fine. It's
as long
good.
as we don't do switch more of us, and then they have to get saved by the other lot of us. This could go on for a long time.
Look, I don't
Yeah,
regret
yeah.
the decisions I've made, and her wings are still protectively wrapped around this child.
Fair enough.
No,
Oh, by the way, we are
getting
ditching
Ellie
the.
up is incredible.
We're ditching like the pebbles of Starfish paper because they're compromised, right?
They are clearly bugged.
Absolutely.
They are clearly
Yeah,
bugged.
okay,
None of
bye.
us checked.
Yeah, so they're
Outgoing
gone.
Oh, I will say, they're
Uh,
not actually bugged, it's more this guy found the one that Ellie had taken from
Yeah,
Charlie,
yeah.
so... But yeah.
Okay.
I've only had a child for approximately 30 minutes, and if anything happened to them, I would kill everyone in that warehouse and then myself.
I don't think the last part is necessary, but I'll go with the first.
Okay. Okay, we
Okay,
need a
team,
better...
so we suck, but not quite as terribly as if we'd lost 3 people. We've only lost 2, and...
Understand you lost time, and now you still have lost 2, so you're about even.
Yeah.
He's just holding up the finger like, you're not wrong, but I still want to argue against it.
I
Yeah.
desperately hope that I get paid more money for this at some point, because I've just lost my bonus.
Yeah, you just lost the extra gold. And I think with that, we're going to end this session. And because I don't know where the fuck else we're meant to go for here, and we've just hit the 2.5 hour mark. Well done, guys.
We'll
You
work it
rescued
out.
the kid. Props
Well
for that.
done.
That was my
part
only
3
goal
then.
for this session.
I mean, this is objectively a better swap. Like,
You got the kid safe, at least.
Yeah. Having a kid safe is great, but we need... Oh my god.
oh, it's fine. They'll be
Joey.
fine. If anything, they deserve it.
Okay, I think with
Listen,
that...
if we didn't have to worry about any of the if we didn't have to worry about Ellie, Spella would have just tried to stab the oil man. She just would have fucking stabbed him.
My one takeaway from this is to use seagulls more often.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Chaotic bird energy.
Yeah, bird-themed chaos is going to continue as it is, and the tradition as it is on the server. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Thank you, Yuni, for agreeing to be the surprise extra player here.
Yeah, Yuni!
Way
Thank you
to
to Samaranth for being so patient as the rest of us continually talked over you.
Thank you, Samaranth.
I'm
we
sorry.
love
God,
you.
I'm so sorry.
So I've got a game coming up for Samaranth, and she's going to be talking a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Mod, for coming
true.
despite your life being hell. Thank you to Al for managing to rescue the kid. Thank you, Jay, for keeping me company as I sit on this couch. Anyway,
It's fine. It's fine. I did nothing.
do you guys all want to say goodbye and we'll end the recording?
Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye, everyone.